Welcome to the Ordinary Guy Garage. I'm Scott, ordinary guy. So what I'm working on today is my 68 SS396 El Camino. When I put it together, like I had said before, when I got this car as a project car, a lot of the parts, the engine was sitting in it but not connected. A lot of parts were just in boxes. So the radiator was in the back of the car and all of that kind of stuff. And the spout on the bottom here, for the radiator, I guess where the water goes in, was an 1.5 inch nipple thing, whatever you call it. And and so I had to get a hose, and I had to get a flex hose. The hose that's supposed to go on there didn't fit. And so there was this was a new one that came with it, but there was an old one that was with it. And what they had done was they had used an adapter, a rubber adapter. You put over it and then put the hose over it. And I could see in there was silicone in there, and it had probably been leaking before, so it wasn't the right way to do it. And so when I put it together, I went down and got the flex hose, which, it's got this little tiny end in it, compared to what's supposed to be in there. It's not even close. So and since it was leaking down there, I figured, well, I'll take it down to the radiator shop and have them look at it and change that bottom out. So that's what I did. They looked at it. They said, well, actually, you even have a leak down here on the bottom. So that's really where my leak was. So they patched that. They put a 2-inch in here. And now the factory hose fits on there nicely. So I won't have any problems. So the other thing that happened with the radiator is when they tested it, they found that it had a leak inside the transmission cooler in here. So they plugged it off, said, we can fix it if you want to spend $1,000 to recore your radiator because it's copper. I said, you know what, I'll put a remote cooler on it. So I'm waiting for that to show up, and I'll do another video on that. But anyways, radiator's gonna go in. The other thing is, I don't believe this radiator is actually a factory radiator, but it's a big heavy duty 4-core. It should work great in here. But the original cover for it, and I went through round and round. I bought 3 sets of these rubbers that go on here before I finally got the right ones. But this here, these rubber things, they sit on the top of the radiator, right on this reinforced portion of the tank, and that's what holds it in place. Now this one here, you can see one side is small, the other side's big. Now I haven't been able to find a replacement one, not that I need one, but I just haven't seen them available. But that doesn't fit on here. So the one that I ended up buying is the same on both sides. So, and the reason that that's important is because the rubber things don't fit in to the smaller side. So anyways, I went round and round with that, and I got it all figured out. I test fit the radiator and put the top on, and it all fits. Everything's gonna work out good. I got a fan shroud. Here for it. So that'll work on there. The other thing is, where did they go? Oh, right here. These little clips. I had to order, and they go on the bottom here, and they hold the shroud into the bottom of the core support. And I had to order these things. I couldn't find them at the parts store, so I had to order them. Those took a week to get here. So anyways, I have enough to put it together, at least the radiator portion of it, and we'll do the other stuff later. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm getting the little clips in here to hold the bottom of the shroud. Got to get that ahead of time. My lighting in here is kind of poor, but you can kind of see down in there. That's where the clip goes right there. Another one over there. So I got them on. I just need to tap them into place. Got my brass punch here. And, I actually made that, put it on the lathe, and had a piece of brass. I just milled it. But anyways, I just want to tap these into place. It's like wrestling an octopus sometimes. Okay, there we go. Let me grab the radiator. I might have to cut this side, one side there, and modify it a little bit to make it fit right. Where is my cover at? Here it is. See how that all sits together. Modify that a bit. All right, back out it comes. All right, I've got this thing together and apart a few times, but you know, that's what it takes. And if that bothers you, putting things together and pulling it apart, you need to find another hobby. Anyways, the top. Mark these out and drilled the holes so that way I could bolt it into the top, and the bottom here, I needed to clearance it a little bit because the fan was rubbing on it. So what I did is I just marked it at the 2 points. You know, I gave it a good amount on either side where it was starting to get close. Marked it, and then I just kind of cut a real graceful radius with my body saw, the little jigsaw little thing. And then I just smoothed out the rest with the wood rasp and hit it with a little bit of 40 grit. Good, good. Don't need to do any more than that. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and stick it all back together, hopefully for the last time. So we'll see. All right, so I got the top plate on, fastened down. I got the shroud connected and bolted on. So it's all nice and secure now. The fan Moves nice and freely, doesn't hit anything. I got the hoses on, upper and lower are both connected. It's ready to go. Only thing I got to do now is add coolant, and then I got to put on the cooler lines, but it's for the transmission cooler, but it's not here yet. So as soon as that transmission cooler gets here, I will connect that up, make a video of that, and put that on there. Then I'll be able to start it up again. So get tinkering on this thing a little bit more and get closer to driving it. You know, I'm still waiting on the DMV to open up, and now that we're having cases on the COVID on the rise again, you know, we may not be able to see the DMV for a while yet. So whatever, it is what it is. I'm having fun working on it, and that's all that really matters. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for watching me fumble around and do things out here in my shop. Thanks to the new subscribers, I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that, and tell your friends, and share and like. I guess likes mean something, so hit like whenever you see one of my videos. I really, really appreciate it. So in the meantime, stay safe, my friends. I will see you next time.